Welcome to this quick tutorial on some basics around Final Cut Pro. For this tutorial, we're going to look at how to create events and projects, how to import media, create a title slide and some transitions, as well as an ending slide. So what we're going to do to get started is we're going to create a new event. The reason we need to create events is events allow us to import our media. So without an event created, you're not allowed to, or unable to, I should say, import some media. So I'm going to call this one Final Cut Pro Basic Tutorial. Once I have my event created, it'll automatically keep it up here in my event library. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to create a project. You don't necessarily have to, but I'm probably going to create multiple projects within this one event folder. So I'm going to come up to a project, create a new project. I will call it Basics 1. Importing title slide transitions. So once I have that, it'll come up down here in my timeline the title of my project. So Basics 1, importing title slides transitions. Pretty simple and easy. I need to import the media I'm going to work on in my timeline. So I click on this, import media. And what Final Cut Pro does is wherever you are, so right now I'm looking at my desktop, it identifies recognizable media that I can use in Final Cut Pro. Some file extensions aren't accessible with Final Cut Pro, so when you're looking to import media, anything that appears here and is highlighted in white allows you to do so. If you can't see it, say it's an MOD file, I suggest using Handbrake, which I have down here in my bar. Handbrake is a real good file converting software. Converts all file extensions into MP4s. So I'm going to take a look at this here, and you can import multiple at once if you wanted to. So I'm going to import my media. It asks me where I want to add it to. Yep, I want to add it to Final Cut Pro Basic Tutorial, so it's in there. And I don't play around with any of these at this stage of the game. I'm going to leave it all right now in what it starts with. So I'm going to import. Doesn't take very long to import the file. And once it's imported, we're ready to rock and roll. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to create my title slide. And over here you have all the tools that you're going to need to create transitions, blurs. You have your generators. You have your theme browsers, which allow you to create cool effects and put some text boxes in, so on and so forth. But for right now, let's just look at our title slides. So you have all of your titles here. They have them broken down into very specifics if you're looking at building in, building out, bumpers and openers, credits. So if you want to end your movie or clip or whatever it is you're creating with some sort of credits, you can do that as well. So I'm going to click on the build in, build out, and I'm just going to use the basic center title slide. And what Final Cut Pro allows you to do is if you just move your pointer over, it shows you what that title slide will look like. So the boogie lights, obviously a little bit more flashy, no pun intended, than the general centered. What you're going to want to do to import it, click it, so it's highlighted yellow, drag it in to your timeline. Once you've done that, Final Cut Pro asks you what properties are you going to use. The higher the format, the larger the file will be. So I'm going to go with 720p HD. I'm going to keep mine at 30, my frame rate. Click OK. And we're ready to rock and roll with my title slide down here. What you can do is you can make it larger if you'd like, or longer I should say, the duration. And as you're moving, you can see that counter right there is going with me. So it lets me know how long this specific title slide would be. Depending on how long or how many words you have, on your title slide, you may want to make this a little bit longer of a duration or shorter. You want to manipulate the text. There's two ways to do so. Highlight it so it's yellow. Double click on the text itself, and you're away and typing. So basic tutorial 1. Want to do the subtitle. Same thing. Importing. My spelling is off today. Importing media. Another way you can manipulate text on your slides, transitions, so on and so forth, is clicking the inspector button right here. I always have my inspector open because I'm playing around with colors and intros and outros and so on and so forth. So you can also manipulate your text up here by making sure that you're on this, because there's two lines here. You have your main line and then you have your subline. So you can also use this box up here to do so. It also allows you to go with different fonts and such. You can also change the fonts. If you click on the title, this is all the properties tied into this title. And you can change the build in, build out. You can change your fonts. All right, here shows you what they look like. I kind of like that one. Where'd it go? It also allows you to change the color. Change the font for line 2. And you can also change color if you want. So I like to leave my inspector up here. It makes things a little bit easier when I'm attempting to manipulate the title slide itself and the text. Okay, so that pretty much is how to create a title slide. You use the T, choose which title slide you'd like, highlight it, drag it in. Simple. Now for transitions, it is this icon here. Looks like the sideways egg timer. And you have all of these different types of transitions, from blurs, dissolves, lights, stylized wipes, objects. Let's play around with objects. Do the curtain transition. Same thing, click it, drag it, and it will automatically align itself with the space. There's no gaps created. So as soon as you pull in this transition, it's automatically going to go right here. So I have my title slide now. I have my transition. It's going to transition into my media. So I have all of the media I want to import up here. Click on it. Same thing. Drag it in, and it's going to go right down to the base there. So to see what I have, see what it looks like, I'll move my time bar all the way to the beginning. And it's moving, title slide, through the transition into my clip.
Hello and welcome to another screencast around.
So there you have it, title slide, transition, clip. All you need to do is do those backwards. Transition, title slide. I'm going to make this one a little bit larger here. And then I'm going to bring you need to make sure your time bar and your timeline is on here in order to manipulate the text. The end. So that's it. Title slide, importing media, transitions, closing slides. So the closing slides, just do them in reverse. If you do want your transition here, if you don't want it there, it's up to you. If you don't want it there, highlight it so it's yellow, click delete and it's gone. You want it back, you can click undo, and she's back. So you go to edit and undo. All right, so there you have it, how to create title slides, closing slides, transitions, importing media. Thank you.